Welcome back to Kings of United States. Today, we're taking you on an inspiring, high-energy journey through the life and career of one of the most electrifying entertainers of this generation, Kevin Hart. From a struggling young man growing up in Philadelphia to becoming one of the biggest names in comedy and Hollywood, Kevin Hart's story is one of relentless hustle, unwavering ambition, and the power of believing in yourself when no one else does. Kevin Darnell Hart was born on July 6, 1979, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Raised by his mother Nancy, who worked for the University of Pennsylvania, Kevin's early years were shaped by challenges that would break many others. His father, Henry Witherspoon, struggled with drug addiction and was in and out of jail throughout Kevin's childhood. But rather than let the pain define him, Kevin used humor to cope. He would crack jokes at school, entertain his classmates, and escape the hard reality of life through laughter. It wasn't long before that laughter became a lifeline not just for Kevin, but for everyone around him. After graduating high school, Kevin attended community college for a brief period before deciding to pursue comedy full-time. His first steps into stand-up weren't easy. Performing under the name Lil Kev the Bastard at small clubs in Philadelphia, he was often booed off the stage. His jokes didn't always land. Some audiences didn't get his style. But Kevin didn't give up. Instead, he refined his act, studied other comedians, and pushed forward with the kind of fire that only someone with nothing to lose can bring. His big break came when he was noticed by comedian Keith Robinson, who took him under his wing and helped him build confidence and polish his material. Soon, Kevin's raw talent and fierce work ethic began to pay off. He started landing gigs in bigger venues and appearing on television, including roles in shows like Undeclared, which was produced by Judd Apatow. Kevin's rise was not overnight. It was the product of years of grinding on the road, performing in countless comedy clubs, and building a fan base from the ground up. He wasn't handed anything, he earned it. And that's part of what makes his story so powerful. By the early 2000s, Kevin Hart was becoming a recognized name in stand-up. But it was his comedy specials that truly launched him into the stratosphere. I'm a grown little man, seriously funny, laugh at my pain, and let me explain weren't just popular, they were cultural events. Kevin brought something different to the stage: brutal honesty, self-deprecating humor, and a high-energy delivery that had crowds roaring. He talked about his height, his insecurities, his family, and his struggles. Nothing was off limits. Laugh at My Pain, released in 2011, was a breakout moment. It grossed over $15 million at the box office, making it one of the highest-grossing comedy tours of all time. Kevin Hart was no longer just a funny guy, he was a comedic powerhouse. But Kevin didn't stop at stand-up. He expanded into film with the same intensity and charisma. From supporting roles to headlining major Hollywood blockbusters, Kevin became a fixture on the big screen. Movies like Think Like a Man, Ride Along, Central Intelligence, The Wedding Ringer, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and its sequel made Kevin Hart a box office draw around the globe. His chemistry with stars like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson created iconic buddy comedies, and his ability to mix humor with heart gave his roles depth beyond the laughs. He proved he wasn't just a comedian, he was a full-blown movie star. At the same time, Kevin never left his roots behind. He continued touring, writing, producing, and even building his own entertainment empire. He founded Heartbeat Productions, a company focused on creating content that reflects his voice and values. He also launched the Laugh Out Loud Network, a digital comedy platform that gives rising comedians a shot at the spotlight. Kevin's hustle is unmatched. He wakes up before sunrise, works out like an athlete, manages multiple businesses, and still finds time to write, perform, and connect with his fans. His work ethic is the stuff of legend, and it's one of the reasons he's admired not just by fans, but by peers across the entertainment industry. But life hasn't always been smooth. Kevin has faced setbacks, public and private. He's dealt with controversy, criticism, and even a terrifying car accident in 2019 that nearly ended his career. That crash left him with a fractured spine, and months of painful recovery. But true to form, Kevin Hart turned tragedy into motivation. He called it a second chance at life and used it to reflect, rebuild, and come back stronger than ever. Throughout all the highs and lows, Kevin has remained focused on growth. He's spoken openly about his flaws, about learning from mistakes, and about becoming a better man. He emphasizes mental health, self-awareness, and accountability in a way that's refreshing and real. He's not just about laughs, he's about life. Offstage, Kevin is a devoted father and husband. He has 4 children and often talks about how fatherhood changed his perspective. Whether it's in his stand-up or in interviews, Kevin shares stories about parenting that are both hilarious and heartfelt. He's the kind of dad who can joke about the chaos of family life, while also showing deep love for his kids. He's also deeply involved in giving back. From scholarships to charitable partnerships, Kevin uses his platform to uplift others. During the COVID-19 pandemic, he helped raise funds for healthcare workers. He's worked with organizations focused on education, cancer research, and poverty alleviation. His commitment to community reflects the very values he was raised with: hard work, perseverance, and empathy. Over the years, Kevin Hart has received countless accolades. He was named one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people, has hosted the MTV Movie Awards and multiple major events, and was recently awarded the prestigious Mark Twain Prize for American Humor, cementing his legacy among comedy's all-time greats. He's also received nominations for 2 Grammy Awards and 4 Primetime Emmy Awards, a testament to the wide-ranging impact of his talent. And even now, after all the tours, films, awards, and milestones, Kevin Hart is still hungry. Still evolving. Still pushing the limits of what's possible. He's writing more, acting in dramatic roles, and constantly exploring new creative spaces. His podcast, his audiobooks, his documentaries, they all paint the picture of a man on a mission, not just to entertain, but to inspire. Kevin Hart's story is the American dream, raw, real, and full of grit. He went from handing out flyers for shows to selling out football stadiums. From being broke and overlooked to becoming one of the most powerful voices in entertainment. His life is proof that if you're willing to outwork everybody, if you believe in your gift, and if you never stop growing, you can turn pain into power and obstacles into opportunities. He once said, "Everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to do the work." Kevin Hart did the work every day, every hour, every step of the way. That's why people respect him. That's why people love him. And that's why his story will continue to resonate with generations to come. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Kings of United State for more amazing journeys and inspiring stories that celebrate the spirit, hustle, and heart of the people who shape our world. See you in the next video.